It's the NFL on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Washington Commanders and the New Orleans Saints. Next on Madden NFL 23.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the venerable Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Washington Commanders and the New Orleans Saints. And a welcome in, everybody, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, so much gets made about offensive comparisons. Here's a matchup where the defenses may just take center stage.
Yeah, we're usually talking about guys scoring touchdowns. How about the guys who prevent them and change the momentum of the game when they take the ball away? I love those ball hawks in the secondary. People after my own heart.
The kicker for the Saints, Will Lutz, has it teed up, and here we go from New Orleans. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. So here are the Commanders making their way out. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
And he left North Carolina with most of his school's records, and at one point was thought to be maybe the #1 quarterback in his draft class. He does bring deceptive athleticism and plenty of upside to the table. Add some consistency, and maybe he can really unlock what he can be in the NFL.
Howell, first play, going to throw it. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. A good, safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. That's the former Buckeye Pete Werner getting the sack. But just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at 3rd down, and that's another time to try and go and get the quarterback too.
Crowd getting in it a bit already. Here's an early 3rd and 10. Half throwing on 3rd down here. And this is going to be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They're led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State, Derek Carr.
It's been fun to watch his development through the years, and right now what you see is a very confident quarterback who has a strong sense of self, totally understands the offense, and knows how to get the ball to his playmakers on the run.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, 1st down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Staying on the ground on 1st with Kamara. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Carr. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far, running, passing, doing what they want on offense.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Carr's throw complete there to Thomas. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs, gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw, it's Carr. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. Touchdown! Alvin Kamara from 10 yards out. And the Saints are on the board first here this afternoon. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football, all right? When you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
Lutz with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Commanders going to retake the field for drive number 2. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. First down, Howell to throw. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. So a roughing the passer penalty there, CD.
And we know that these pass rushers love to get after rookie quarterbacks, but they've still got to do it within the scope of the rules. And that time, the hit came just a little bit too late. And the official won't even think twice about pulling his flag on that one.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
From the 39-yard line, here comes second down at 6. Here's Howell to throw on second down. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, the gap man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
The line to gain is the 33 on third down. It's Howell with another throw. And that will be incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be from 56 yards out. That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or two. It's no good, and this will stay at a 7-point game.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through, and that one winds up no good.
New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. Well, just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And to co-sign with you, exactly the start they scripted up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara, and he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Here's Carr to throw. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he'll wind up getting this to the 32. A play that started at the 16, and that's how many yards they get. First down.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Carr. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
On first down, Carr. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
Can you do any more work or make it more dramatic for not much gain than what we just saw there? Did you see how his toes got down? Tip-tap, got him down. But what did he get out of it?
He sold the sizzle. He just had no steak.
I mean, was it 1 yard?
Yeah, plays like that, you at least expect a first down there, just 1 yard. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
So on 4th down, on comes Saints kicker Will Lutz. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So a touchdown on their opening drive and 3 more here that add to their first quarter lead.
Yeah, everything's going according to plans. The offense has moved the ball, defense able to do their job, and here the special teams unit comes through with their contribution. A field goal to make it 10-zip.
So after the made field goal, 10-0 here early as the kick's away. And Gibson decides against bringing it out. Now we get another look at Washington on offense. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Howell to the air on 1st and 10. That's out wide here for Robinson. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll run for the first time here with Brian Robinson. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Robinson will try to pick it up. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 15 yards the pickup, 1st down Washington.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the 1st quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
They'll throw on 1st down. Here's Howell. That's into the hands of his tight end Bates. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. There's no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this 1st quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you get your best people in the area to try and take that away.
Back to the ground with Robinson. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Not your normal call in short yardage, but the toss works very well there. Big people out in front, being physical, and they pick up a 1st down.
Back to Robinson now on 1st down. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit, and find our way back into this game.
Buying time to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. Second and management became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
Ninth play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. 3rd and long, here's Howell. And incomplete on the deep ball. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Carr. And he's got his man in stride, complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll leave them with a 3rd and just a yard. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. Carr to throw on 3rd and 1. Open man is Michael Thomas. 20, 10, 5, touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, 78 yards. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. What's good on the extra point? And that makes our score 17-0. 17-0 our score after 1. Ready for the 2nd quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession. Lutz now to kick this one away. And Gibson decides against bringing it out. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Robinson with another carry. And he'll get about 3 up close to the 35. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
They'll go play action. Howell. He's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. 47-yard punt, a return of 4. And out will come the offense as they take over. The New Orleans offense set to take over. And they have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them. They did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Carr. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Carr now on first down. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw. Complete. It's Johnson. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And the Washington offense going back to work. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
The 1st and 10 here for Hal and the Commanders at their own 37. Hal throwing on 1st down here. He gets it to Thomas. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. Second down and a run by Robinson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
Great example right there for the loss on the tackle. And for the Saints here on third down, an extra defensive back on the field. Howe throwing on third down here. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. Now, you don't want to see that penalty at any point, but it adds a little extra to it when it comes on third down.
It certainly does, because if this were a boxing match, they had him on the ropes there. Third down incompletion, fourth down upcoming. Instead, that mistake resets everything back to first down, which means they have to stay on the field longer to try and stop this drive.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards, and that'll leave them with a second and just a few inches left.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds, because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Now Howell. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
An incomplete pass on second down leads us to third and inches. Now trying to pick it up on third. This is caught by Robinson. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
But with the score where it is, you're not thinking field goals right now. You need touchdowns. So that was a much-needed conversion there on third down.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. On first down, Howell. Quick slant, Dotson. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this is caught at the 8. And the Commanders are going to have a first and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they can be set up with a first and goal.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now looking to throw again. Dancing to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Colin Saunders able to get in there and run him down for what's going to be a loss of 15 yards all told.
And he continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Another try after the first down sack.
Howell, this one left side caught by Gibson.
Really nice gain on the completion. However, still third and goal that they face now.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, it's been a tough go for him. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a fourth down. Well played.
Field goal unit and Joey Sly now. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Sly able to put this one through. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. So he gets a shot at atoning for the earlier miss here in the first half and able to knock it through.
And what a relief for him, don't you think? Because how many games have we done where kickers missed one early and never gotten a chance to atone for it the rest of the game? That's a lot to carry around.
After the made field goal, here's Sly to kick this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Ron Rivera scowling down on the sideline, and he's thrown out the red challenge flag. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide, and I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have one challenge remaining. Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara, and they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Again, it's Kamara. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Throwing his car on 3rd down. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 22-yard line. A gain of 22.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage.
Now we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Carr going to throw.
They'll get this out to Kamara.
That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Carr to throw. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back into 32.
Jonathan Allen, the former first-round pick, getting in there to bring him down.
Well, that's what they have to do more of defensively. Not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. Will Lutz now to try the New Orleans field goal. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. The kick by Lutz is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because you know after the sack there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They start on the ground with Robinson here. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line.
45 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They're going to run the sweep. It's Samuel.
And he is going to be stopped up at the line of scrimmage. And we'll have a stoppage as well as we have reached the 2-minute warning.
Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1.
3rd and 1. Howell's going to throw it. Able to connect with Dotson. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
First down, Howell to throw. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Well, that certainly has to feel good, and it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
First and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle.
Oh, he's got some breathing room.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Another throw for Howell. This pass hauled in by Dotson. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
Now a first and 10 at the 11. Howell to the air on first and 10.
Escaping the pressure right.
And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker.
He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
Facing a 2nd and 6 from the 8. Second down, Howell now. Throw right side complete to Dotson. Touchdown, Washington. Jahan Dotson. As the first half is winding down. And the Commanders are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
Until that late score here in the second quarter, they'd only have the field goal, so that's just big to see that football get into the end zone.
Yeah, when you look at the scoreboard now, nothing seems out of reach. They've been outplayed in the first half, but when the clock hits zeros as they head into the half, you know what I do as the head coach?
What?
I tell my team to sprint to the locker room to show that we've got the momentum and show that we're right back in this game.
Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And the lead is trimmed down to 10.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Back to you guys in a bit. But first, we welcome everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. First up, though, let's take a look at the next-gen stats from that first half for Washington. And despite the fact that they're looking up at a double-digit deficit at halftime, they were able to move the football through the air in those first 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Saints, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. And the Saints set to go here to begin the third quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it. But I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Throwing on first down is Carr. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
I had to do a double take on that one, Brandon, because so far in this game, we haven't seen many of his passes fall incomplete.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Carr. Over the middle into the hands of Michael Thomas. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Carr. On the check down, and it's out. He put it on the carpet. And it's Washington that scoops it up. Well, CD, that's one of those plays you put a mark by. I mean, that could be a big momentum swing here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Yeah, we may have to revisit it, right? Because if that drive ends up in the end zone, they're sitting pretty at that point. Now, instead, it's a 2-score game. That has a chance to tighten up considerably.
First chance for the Commanders' offense now as they head out for their opening series of the second half. And they start in the best of all positions, 1st and goal. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. Following the fumble recovery. Howell. Touchdown! Logan Thomas from 6 yards away. And the Commanders take the forced fumble and convert it into 6 points. So a strong drive here to lead off this third quarter and gets them right back in this football game.
And I think we can safely call that a statement drive because they had to be saying, we didn't put our best foot forward in the first half, but we certainly mean business now. Maybe a better term, a prove-it drive. They proved it to themselves that they were ready to go.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and the lead is down to a field goal. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. This taken in at the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. On first down, Carr. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
On second down, Kamara. And he'll get about 3 up past the 25.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
They force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on third down. Carr now to throw. Johnson's got it complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the clock, there's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Kamara up the middle. He'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Olave over the middle. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 42. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Here's Carr. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively. And the key to any screenplay is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle him for just a short gain.
Looking to throw again on second down. Carr. The pass caught by Olave. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
They kept the receiver field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Again, they'll throw with Carr. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Again, it's Johnson, and he'll be brought down at the 27.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Shotgun now for Carr. And that is incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Will Lutz now to try the New Orleans field goal. This from 44 yards out, left hash. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will add 3 more to their lead and pushes it up to 6.
So 3 points, response there to that opening touchdown this 3rd quarter.
And that's an important 3, both in terms of adding to your lead, but also letting the other guys know you're not going to just come out in the second half and take over.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away.
Taking it about the 1. Here's Antonio Gibson. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime. If you're a good football team, you spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
To throw again on 2nd down, Powell. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Powell down to throw it. They'll set up the screen for Gibson.
And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. All told, it's a loss of 8 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
Here's Tressway now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today.
Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
So a change of possession here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Now we'll see what Michael Thomas and the rest of the offense has in store here. Good day for him so far here in the third quarter. He's hit pay dirt once, over 100 yards, but hey, it's the third quarter. He's thinking, I want more, right?
He wants more, and it just increases the confidence of his team because every play he makes, that means his quarterback is really feeling good about throwing the football. Probably feels like he can't throw an incomplete pass when he throws it to him right now.
Yeah, he's looked really, really sharp. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41.
46 yards rushing for him now to this point.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. 2nd and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now Carr. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Throwing now is Carr. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. But tapping those toes, he tried to get both in bounds. He could not do it, though.
In tap dance parlance, could not complete the shuffle. All right, needed to get that shuffle down with both feet, not just one.
Is that what they say?
There it is. You know, put a little sand down on the stage.
I'll take your word for it, my man. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a 1st here on 3rd down. Now Carr. He'll air it out deep for Thomas.
And this one dropped in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be. And now it's 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
The kick by Lutz is good, and that will make this a 9-point lead. So he's got another field goal. His 4th now in the game. He's making it look easy out there.
He certainly is, and they're always aiming for a swing of the leg that repeats under pressure, right? So nothing's different. He's got that right now because confidence is breeding confidence.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away.
Taken at the goal line. And the Washington offense heading out. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
On 2nd and 7, Howell. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The sack coming from defensive end Cameron Jordan.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. 3rd and long, here's Howell. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
Oh, what a move. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The New Orleans offense set to take over.
Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down.
They overload him that time with a safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7. Oh, free safety blitz, that can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
Here comes the Saints punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. First and 10 here for Howell and the Commanders.
At their own 16.
First down, Howell to throw. This one left side caught by Gibson.
And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that will bring up 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Howell's throw complete to Dotson.
And he'll be upended here after a pickup of
game nowadays that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to lead the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
On third down, Robinson. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
On first and 10, it's Robinson. And he'll get this to the 32.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Howell, he'll look to throw it. Checks this one down to Robinson. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. What a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And Howell will throw it. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 21 yards there on 3rd down.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Howell throwing on 1st down here. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's Washington with the football, but trailing here as we begin quarter number 4. It's Howell with another throw. And he's going to drop this one down to Gibson. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Robinson up the middle. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 60 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Straight ahead, Gibson. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Commanders have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Extra point by Sly is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And they've seen their lead nearly extinguished after that last score, but bottom line, they are still on top with the football, and a touchdown on this drive would really put them in position A. Throwing on first down is Carr. Looking sideline, incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. Carr now to throw. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Benjamin St-Juste. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. A golden opportunity for them now following the interception. They need to try to at least get 3. Obviously, a touchdown puts them in a much more secure position. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On first down, Howell. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. 2nd down throw for Howell. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. He's now just 3 yards shy of 197 yards receiving on the contest and a first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know This is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Howell to the air on 1st and 10. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity to just want to ride there, a drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Howell looking to throw again. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to give that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Howell throwing on 3rd down here. And it's caught. And the Commanders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Let's go, baby. Let's have some fun.
And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. Another throw for Howell. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Down this throws to the goal line. 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run.
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me an option of running play action, maybe throwing it.
Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. 2nd down, Howell now. Looking and finding Thomas in the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Logan Thomas, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Commanders have taken a 4th quarter lead. Those are the types of plays in these moments they were hoping for from this young rookie, able to put him up here in the 4th quarter.
How about the kid? You just mentioned it, the 4th quarter. This is when you have to make those winning plays. That's what he just did. Doesn't ensure anything, but he certainly gave his team a heck of a chance, didn't he?
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and the lead is up to 5. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. This fielded right at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Now the bad news for them, they've seen that cushion they once had totally evaporate, and they're working from behind. The good news, they now have the opportunity to regain the lead right back. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Looking long for Thomas. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but in.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings them up 2nd and 10. On play action, they'll throw. He's going to go up top again. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
The Saints on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 10. Carr going to throw.
He'll get this one underneath to Kamara.
And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the 1st down. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on to kick it away. Yeah, that's a 48-yard punt with a coverage holding him to 3 on the return.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. They try and run on 1st down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Again, it's Robinson. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. From the gun on 3rd down, Howell. And he finds McLaurin. And he's going to have a Commanders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
They'll throw on 1st down. Here's Howell. This pass hauled in by Dotson. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47.
Howell now to throw it. Going right back to Dotson. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down.
They go play action with Howell.
And that's incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2, here's Howell. Completes it to Samuel. And he's going to have a Commanders first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn: find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first.
First down, Howell to throw. Over the middle, brought in by Dotson. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
That's the third time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Howell from the gun.
Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Thomas.
And the Commanders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Big hook up there. Forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
They'll run with Robinson.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
Robinson.
And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
And now here in this situation, a field goal would still have them only up by 1 score, so I would think about going for it. Even if you don't get in, You put your defense in a really nice spot, making the offense go the long way to try and score.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to put him a touchdown and a 2-point conversion up. Sly able to put this one through, and that'll push the lead up to 8. So that gets him a little bit of breathing room, but not much. And you have to think back to the field goal that he missed earlier. This would be a 2-score game right now if he had converted then.
And if you and I are thinking about it, you know he is as well, because in the back of his mind, he's thinking, I hope I get one more shot in an important spot. He just made that one. He wants one more later to truly make up for the earlier miss.
After the made field goal, here's Sly to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. So Derek Carr in the offense, down by 8, just over 2 minutes to go. They'll have one play here just north of the 2-minute warning. Carr now on first down. It's complete. Kamara. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Carr. Pass complete, Thomas. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Throwing his Carr. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Montez Sweat, the man that time to fight in and drop him.
Brandon, you got to have some urgency here. You got to get the guys back to the line of scrimmage, but the problem is all 30 yards downfield after that play.
The clock still runs. We're at 90 seconds now. Carr to throw. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Back-to-back big plays defensively. First the sack. Now they force the incompletion on 3rd and long. Things looking pretty good for them.
And this is where they have to be careful because they've got the momentum going their way. They will be really amped up to get to the quarterback. Look out. Draw, screen, something that can be used against them.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Carr. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Now Carr, gotta have this one. He's gonna let it fly. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And Washington will take control of the football in great field position. So now let's look at the situation. They do have all 3 timeouts remaining, so barring a first down, they could conceivably get the ball back.
So now it's all about defense and stopping the clock. Don't give up any yardage, right? Use your timeouts. And your offense always practices going downfield without timeout. Those 2-minute drills, most of them are run in practice without the benefit of timeouts. They want to make it as tough a situation as possible. They're in it right now.
On the give, here's Robinson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They'll run again here with Robinson. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave him with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Washington about to close this one out as they are down to a knee. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Second and goal from the 6 this time. Washington about to close this one out as they are down to a knee. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.